Well, hello there. How the heck are you? It is so good to see you all. It's very good to be here with you. No, your eyes have not deceived you. They are not playing tricks on you. You read the title correctly. This is, in fact, Morning Coffee. Welcome back. So, excuse me. I'm going to take some time to explain a little bit of what's going on here. I know this is sudden, but and then we're gonna get into morning coffee. But so for those of you who don't know, years ago when I first started my channel, I started doing a daily reading called Morning Coffee, which I recorded every morning. I would get up at before, ass crack of dawn, before the sun came up, and would record a reading for the day and have it out by 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern time, I guess. And it was a lot of fun. It was very popular. I loved doing it. I loved connecting with you guys every day. Many of you, I'm sure many of you remember that, whether you remember it from the first time I did it, when I first started it, then to the second time when I brought it back, and then now, here we are, third time's a charm. So, especially for my OGs, you're probably wondering, well, whoa, wait a second, Eric, what is going on here? Don't play with me. Is this real? Are you serious? Or is this just a one-time thing? What's going on here? Well, a little bit of backstory, a little context, if you will. We have some new Unicorn Herd members who have recently come on. They found my most previous video, which was the one that's talking about don't let them gaslight you. And to those of you who have previous or newly joined, especially those of you who have followed over from the flock of Real Housewives, Molly, thank you all. Welcome so much. It's so good to see you. It is so good to meet you, Molly, I love you. So Molly is a friend of mine. She has a channel called The Real Housewives of Tarot. And Molly and I have been friends and associates for a few years now, because it's not long after I started my channel that Molly found me and connected with me through Morning Coffee and got a reading from me. And I still remember that reading where I told her, and I said to her, I was like, Molly, just start your channel already. And of course the rest is history, obviously. But Molly made a very poignant and necessary and relevant point in one of her most previous videos. At this point, it's over 2 weeks old, I think now. Oh no, don't do that. But she made a video in which she was talking about how the tarot community has changed. And if you saw that video, and you know what I'm talking about, could you please link it in the comments below, and I'll pin it so that those who are interested, I think everybody should go watch that video, because what Molly describes in that video is so on point and so necessary to be discussed, and is absolutely something that I experienced on my journey. But Molly was talking about how the tarot community has changed, and when she and I started our channels, we were all doing love readings. I was doing twin flame readings, y'all. There's so much I could tell you, and we'll get into it as time goes on. But and I actually reached this level first. I got to a point where I got fed up with the twin flame readings. I got fed up with the love readings. I'm like, this is bullshit. We're doing nothing but recycling a toxic situation over and over and over again. And us as readers are kind of feeding into that energy, because we're channeling these energies for you. Many of us truly are 444 on the counter, but channeling these energies for you and feeding that toxic relationship, that attachment, I believe is what Molly just called it. And I got fed up with it, and I started to stop doing those readings. And the moment I stopped doing those readings is when everything changed, because then all of a sudden nobody was interested. And once I really dug my heels in and was like, no, I refuse. I'm not doing those love readings, y'all. We are doing spiritual readings here. And that's what Molly was saying. Where is the spirit? Where is the spirit? Where is the spirituality? What happened to that? I thought we were doing this for spirituality, not to like spy on people or get validation for our toxic attachments to people. Like, no, that's not what we as readers are here for. And that is a soapbox that I have stood on for many years. And people have tried to silence me over it, mainly by not watching anymore. And that was very hard for me to deal with, personally. That was very, very hard. Especially since I was of this awareness already and felt like I was trying to do the right thing, and even seeing like my friend Molly still successful with it, and it's like, what, I don't understand, like, what is going on here? But then, you know, Molly had her own experience with life, and you know, life be lifing, and she went back, she went away and came back stronger and with this brand new perspective. And congratulations, Malls. Like, I'm so proud of you for saying that. I am so proud of you for standing up and saying, I don't care what this video is going to do to my views or my channel. This is something that needs to be talked about. We are here to help you heal, to help you grow, to help you learn. And we benefit from that too. Don't get me wrong. I can't tell you the amount of times I've done readings for the collective or reading for someone else and be like, damn, Eric, like, you're giving yourself advice here. Like, this is your situation too. I'm like, you know what I mean? We're here to help you heal, grow, and learn. And heal, grow, and learn together. And we can't do that if we're constantly focusing on toxic attachments that are never meant to be lifelong things. You were never meant to be, probably, whatever. You were never meant to stay with this energy. You were meant to learn from it. You were meant to heal from it. You were meant to evolve from it. You were meant to grow from it. But in order to do that, you're going to have to look yourself in the mirror. So think of me and someone like me as a mirror. And if you really want to benefit from this content, this material, yes, it is. It is. Listen, honey, I am absolutely here to entertain you. Okay, like, don't get me wrong. I love a good laugh and I love a good time. But when it comes down to business, baby, we about business around here. And sometimes business is like, no, cut that toxic MFer off and get your shit together and walk away. Like, girl, like, who do you think you are? Like, get away from that shit. And no, I'm not reading about that shit. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about you. Because I'm here for you, baby. Not them. They don't want to be here. You don't see them chomping at the bit, sitting here trying to learn, trying to hear, trying to listen. No. You are. And by you doing this, you are making this is like the first step in you taking your action, you doing your work. And yes, honey, I am going to make it as enjoyable for you as possible. Don't get me wrong, okay? I am here to entertain, honey. I am a Leo, all right? But I'm also not going to play with you. And I'm not going to insult your intelligence, okay? So, boom, here we go. Welcome back to Morning Coffee, the new era. So, that video that Molly did influenced, and the comments that I got from the people that migrated, that heard about me in that video and came to the channel and have subscribed to the channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys here. But between Molly mentioning Morning Coffee and mentioning how much she missed it, and then other people mentioning it too, I'm like, okay, universe, I see where you're going with this. Because I've been working on revamping myself lately. And for some, I felt like, okay, maybe readings, I do it well, but maybe readings just isn't the thing. You know, it's not the move. But for some reason, I kept feeling myself pulled back in this direction, whether I wanted to start a new channel or whether I wanted to work on revamping Divine Conversations, I don't know. And then the messages through Molly came through, and her beautiful flock came through. And I'm like, okay, I'm seeing an opportunity here. So we're bringing Morning Coffee back. This is going to be a daily reading, Monday through Friday. And I'm going to do it a little differently. Obviously, this is the first one, so that we're talking through some stuff. But ideally, I want to keep this between like about 15 minutes minimum, 30 minutes tops, max, maybe not even like 20 minutes. And I'm probably going to be doing extended versions of these readings to go in depth, because I know 15-20 minutes really isn't always enough time. So I'm looking to do extended readings here that will be available on Patreon, and also potentially available through YouTube memberships. And I am going to be posting these on Rumble as well. If you are on Rumble, you can follow me there. And if you're on Rumble, hi, it's so nice to meet you. You have no idea what I was just talking about for the last 10 minutes, but that's the backstory of why we're bringing Morning Coffee back. Morning Coffee did originate over on YouTube. Yeah. And I'm looking to work with it from here. I'm taking it slowly, taking it day by day, but this feels right, so here we are. Yes? So please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, yes? Okay. Get a little reset going here. So, a brand new era. And I came up with that title for this session, this reading, in preparing to sit down and do this today. We absolutely are in a new era. We're entering into a new era of our lives, collectively speaking. I know this is me too. I mean, I just turned 38, 40 is approaching, and I'm noticing that change in myself, where I'm getting to be a little more of an adult, while still fully inner child, like happy-go-lucky, ready to go, fully accessible inner child, but still like I'm going through. I do like to call it a personal renaissance of sorts. I am experiencing a Pluto return. Many others are experiencing a Pluto return as well. A Pluto return is when big Pluto squares your natal Pluto. So if you were born around 1987, I was born in 1987, somewhere around there, give or take a few years, you're experiencing a Pluto return right now. So there's a lot of us that are experiencing this change in the weather, change in our experience, change in our identity. Okay, I also have Uranus transiting my natal sun, have been for a while, so there's been a lot of change there too. So welcome to this new era. My real intention with this reading, now all of these readings are going to be timeless, even though they're going to be daily. I'm not putting any time to it. We're just going to be flowing through the energies as it naturally progresses. But for this reading specifically, I kind of want to get like an overview, a synopsis, maybe a little sneak peek, a look into what this experience here for Morning Coffee with us is going to be, what we're going to be, a little bit maybe of what our goal here, our mission statement, if you will. Yeah? Cool. All right, let's get it, y'all. Oh, hold on. I was guided to bring the bell back. Okay. Cool. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Hi, Spirit. Please make me a clear channel for the collective at this time. Please bring forward the best messages to serve our highest good and the highest good of all involved. Please show us clearly what it is we need to see. Tell us what it is we need to hear, and enlighten us to what it is we need to know, so that we may serve our betterment and the betterment of all around us. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right. Morning Coffee. Let's get this mission statement together, yeah? What do we got going on here for the kids? For the kids, yes. Okay. Good vibes, good energies, good times. Very happy to be here, but very happy to be back here. This is going to be awesome. I have really good 1444 feelings on this endeavor here. This new chapter, this new era of our lives, this new era of divine conversations. The Eight of Cups wants to show up. Yeah, we walked away from a lot of shit and we're moving towards something brand new. We're planting a new seed, if you will, with this energy. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, I like that. I really like that. And it really does feel like we're ready. You know, we're in alignment. And I do feel like we're going to grow. That like this community is going to grow because we're ready to start bringing in more people and showing up for ourselves and showing up for each other in some much better and much more helpful ways. The overall energy right now is the 8 of Cups, y'all. Kudos to you, cuckoo, yes. Congratulations, I want to say, for leaving some really tough shit behind. I mean, that's the basics of it. But I mean, we could go deeper, but so mission statement here. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. We're starting with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Actually, I like that because we're going from the 10 of Pentacles in reverse to the 2 of Wands upright and the 3 of Cups upright. This is a good thing. The 3 of Cups is an energy that sometimes gives me a little bit of pause. But in this situation, it feels very good because it feels like a balance and a harmony with spirit. Okay. So 10 of Pentacles reversed. A cycle has closed out and is over and you've moved on from it. Oh. Is it though? Okay. I may be getting 2 storylines here. I may be. The first one I was getting is much more positive, much more enlightened, and I want to go with it. And that was the 10 of Pentacles reversed is representing some sort of cycle that is over and done with and you are now moving on from. Now, on a more darker side of this energy, what I feel like you are realizing, some of you here are, this feels like the same old song, the same old story that we were talking about in Morning Coffee years ago. But, okay, this might be what you're moving on from, why we're ready for the next chapter, for the next era. It was a situation, it was a toxic situation. But you're realizing here that there's a focus, or there's a group of people or there's associations that are toxic that are just never going to change. That's what I'm feeling here. And I just did a personal reading for someone that we were talking about that. So it's interesting that that's coming up now. And then, well, I guess, yeah, she would definitely be part of this collective. So collectively speaking, this is something that's happening right now. And someone here is, okay, this 10 of Pentacles reverse also represents somebody seeing that they're not going to be able to reach the finish line here. That's what this really feels like. That's why it feels like you're in an energy, or this person, someone is in an energy of this is never going to change. You're never going to reach the end goal. You're never going to reach the finish line here, depending on whatever that is for you. And this isn't just romantic. Yes, romance will come through, but this is not a love specific reading. This could be about any aspect of your life, friendships, any sort of interpersonal relationships, family, whatever, business, creative endeavors, definitely as something, anything interpersonal. But it doesn't just have to be an interpersonal thing. It could be like the structure of a business. You know what I'm saying? Make it as abstract as you want. Place it in your life as it fits. This is a general reading. But someone here is realizing that it's just never going to change. It's not going to work. And in the 2 of Wands, you're here trying to figure out what to do. Now, on a more brighter side, this 3 of Cups also does represent your balanced and harmonious connection with spirit that is allowing you to realize these things, to wake up to this, so to speak. Okay? What's going on with the collective mission statement here? The High Priestess in reverse. The 2 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. Okay. Well, I can confirm to someone. Oof. Yep. I can confirm to someone. Oh, shit. That something here is illusional and there is delusion here. There is absolutely delusional energies here. And somebody is needing to step up and do the right thing for themselves. Set the proper boundaries. Take dominion over your domain. Take responsibility for your domain. Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for your energy, for your energetic health, for your mental health, for your emotional health, for your physical health. Take up arms in defense of your boundaries. And I don't mean go looking for a fight, but if someone is pushing your boundaries, don't back down. You enforce those. But it's your right to do so. And for some of you, you're being gaslit into saying that you can't defend yourself, or you can't stand up for yourself, or you can't set a certain boundary because you're deemed selfish or inappropriate or unloving, ungiving, cold-hearted, blah, 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 whatever, whatnot. That's bullshit. It is your right to enforce your own personal boundaries. It is your right to take up your own personal space. And it is your right to tell someone to fuck off if they're invading that space. All of that is coming from the Emperor, which is your overall energy here right now. But you see, there's deception here. Someone is either incorrectly misinterpreting their intuition, blatantly outright not acknowledging or accepting or following their intuition's guidance, or is receiving some sort of false spiritual guidance, whether that be from a spiritual practitioner or some sort of spirit that's lying to you, that's trying to, it's a parasitic spirit, parasitic energy that has some sort of attachment to you, that has built some sort of trust within you, or wants to build some sort of trust within you just to deceive you, just to mislead you, is in fact purposefully misleading you. And that was another problem with all those readings that we had been doing in the past. What spirits were we listening to? I remember when it was during morning coffee, I did that prayer where I sang, "Hi Spirit, blah, blah, blah." And I remember getting a comment from someone at that time saying, "What spirits are you talking to? Who are you channeling?" And at the time I was like, fuck that. But now in hindsight, I think about it. I'm like, what spiritual energetic influences was I under at that time? 22 on the counter. Like, I had way less of a sense of sovereignty then than I do now. I am way more qualified now, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I am way more qualified now energetically to read for the collective than I ever was back then, because I was heavily spiritually manipulated back then. Right? So then we as readers, as influencers, as Molly says, come up in here and read this energy to y'all, just fueling the fire, literally pouring gasoline, fanning on that fire. I don't want that karma no more, honey. That was a bit of a sidebar. But somebody here is not respecting their intuition is really what I'm hearing with this High Priestess in reverse. And then you've got this Two of Pentacles again. You're juggling, you're going back and forth. 1 minute you want it, 1 minute you don't. 1 minute you believe your intuition, 1 minute you don't. All because Five of Cups, crying over spilt milk. And look at what's spilt out right there. I love it when the cards do this. Look at what's spilt out right there. That toxic gas, Three of Cups association you've got going on here that you know is never going to change. So one of the main reasons why this High Priestess is in reverse here is because somebody is not taking their advice of their intuition. And you know it. And you are purposefully keeping yourself bound, okay? The overall energy at the bottom of the deck, the cards came out by themselves, and then, the one card, and then the deck kept splitting. So I took it off because it's a progression. From the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords. This right here is the definition of insanity. Doing something over and over again, expecting a different result. Because no matter what, you always end up right back here. The Nine of Swords. Dreading. Wishing you hadn't even spoken to this person anymore. Wishing you hadn't even... Why am I doing this again? Oh my God, this is giving me nightmares. Oh, this is such a headache. Then listen to yourself. Don't recycle. I know it's easier said than done. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a little spicy, okay? I'm a big ball of fire. I'm an Aries, Sun, Leo, Moon, and Rising, okay? I am a walking ball of fire, all right? So I'm gonna get a little spicy sometimes, but understand, it's all out of love, baby, okay? But if you find yourself here like this person in that bed, like, oh my God, and this doesn't even feel like nightmares. This feels like just so fucking frustrated. Ooh. I'm doing everything I can right now to not fucking explode on you. You know what I mean? That's what this feels like. How can someone be so dumb? But you know what? I just said that shit to myself 3 days ago, y'all. Because it was with someone and I knew it. Okay, see, this is how the reader can resonate with the situation, right? I knew it. I knew I should have cut this person off a long time ago. And I have no shade, no hate, okay? No shade, no hate. But baby, when it came down to it, the cycle repeated itself yet again, and I was pissed. And yes, I may have taken it out on him a little bit, but really, I was pissed at myself. I knew this was gonna happen. Quite literally said that. I said that shit to myself not 3 days ago. I knew it. I knew it. I saw it coming 10 miles away. Bitch, don't play with me. Okay. Okay, so here's our mission statement. We gonna get you right here. We're gonna get you right with this one here, okay? And hey, easy does it. Slow and steady wins the race, okay? We are not in a rush. We got all the time in the world, honey. And I'm here for it. I'm living for it. I'm so ready. Let's do this, y'all. Yes! Okay. I love you all so very much. I'm gonna leave it here for now. Yeah. This is good. So, with that said, I love you so much. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for our next cup of coffee. Yes? Excellent. Take care. Bye.